The East Greenwich Chamber of Commerce welcomes you to its 2016 annual meeting. Our thanks to tonight's sponsors, Atria Harbor Hill, Coastway Community Bank, Cox Business, and Sampson's Automotive. Now, as we begin our 88th year, the East Greenwich Chamber continues to promote and enhance business development through free enterprise and by fostering cooperation between business, government, and the community. Our goal is to make our community a better place to live, work, play, dine, and do business. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, so here is the East Greenwich Chamber of Commerce in 2015 in pictures. New businesses continue to infuse the Chamber and community with energy and enthusiasm. In 2015, the East Greenwich Chamber added 45 new members. Many of them celebrated with ribbon-cutting ceremonies. Many of our members choose to have ceremonies commemorating anniversaries, new locations, and improved or expanded facilities. We wish to thank all our member businesses, town council members, and chamber ambassadors, and individual members who participated in these ceremonies. The East Greenwich Chamber's community outreach takes on many forms. Examples include helping the Rhode Island Department of Education and the Rhode Island Foundation to help develop strategic plans for what education will look like in the year 2020 and beyond. Working with the Rhode Island National Guard to collect items for our servicemen and women serving overseas, or even bringing Santa Claus to town to light East Greenwich's Christmas tree. The EG Chamber played an important role in our community in raising money for the East Greenwich Education Foundation, the East Greenwich Academy Foundation, the East Greenwich Animal Protection League, the East Greenwich Little League, the Miss Rhode Island Scholarship Fund, the Rhode Island Arthritis Foundation, and SOSRI, which stands for Supporting Our Servicemen in Rhode Island. Last January, we held our 2015 annual meeting, which featured Doug Sherman, New England Tech's Vice President and Provost. Mr. Sherman spoke about workforce development and the employer needs of the future. Our thanks to Quidnesset Country Club, our event sponsors, exhibitors, and attendees who helped us kick off 2015 in style. Speaking of style, the East Greenwich Chamber once again produced its annual fashion show. Here's to the ladies. Everyone had fun and saw the latest in fashion from some of our finest merchants, while raising money for good causes as well. As in the past several years, the EG Chamber produced 2 great golf tournaments, as one per year is not enough for our energetic Chamber members. Over 200 golfers had fun, won great prizes, and raised more money for good causes. The EG Chamber's Restaurant Week grew to 45 restaurant participants and brought people to East Greenwich from all over southern New England. Visitors of EG got to experience the great variety of our wonderful restaurants. Our Restaurant Week also gave visiting diners the chance to see some of our colonial architecture, waterfront, busy Main Street, and other areas of East Greenwich as well. East Greenwich Restaurant Week was kicked off at the East Greenwich Yacht Club with Savor EG. 150 people attended and had a great time on East Greenwich's waterfront. Folks had the opportunity to sample cuisine from some of our best restaurants and contribute to worthy charitable causes as well. Yankee Magazine has called our Main Street strolls one of the top 20 things to do in Rhode Island. In 2015, the EG Chamber produced summer strolls and holiday strolls. In May, artists young and old made our Arts on Main stroll a success. June's stroll featured Dogs on Main. In July, Music on Main gave strollers an opportunity to hear a variety of music up and down Main Street. People lined up to sample great cuisine at our Taste of EG stroll in August. Our holiday strolls featured the annual Christmas tree lighting and a trolley for our shoppers' convenience. The state of Rhode Island and East Greenwich are made up primarily of small businesses. This November, EG's Main Street was selected by the SBA as the site of its annual press conference to promote Small Business Saturday. The SBA's regional administrator, Seth Goodall, and Rhode Island Administrator Mark Hayward came to East Greenwich and toured some of our wonderful shops and eateries. we were privileged to have Senators Reid and Whitehouse, Congressman Langevin and Cicilline, Lieutenant Governor McKee, and the East Greenwich Town Council attend the press conference and visit our small businesses. Business After Hours events bring out the best smiles of our members and guests. In 2015, we had several interesting speakers, including Lou Giancola, the president of South County Hospital, and URI's athletic director, Thor Bjorn. Our speakers kept the events interesting, and we thank our members for supplying great food and drink at our wonderful venues. Our chamber ambassadors and members kept the energy up all year long. Even the heavy hitter, along with Santa Claus and Miss East Greenwich, came to and enjoyed our Business After Hours events in 2015. The East Greenwich Chamber of Commerce is a member of the Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce Coalition, which is comprised of 10 chambers throughout the state. The East Greenwich Chamber's Jennifer Cervenka of Partridge, Snow and Hahn chairs the coalition, which is the voice of the business community at the State House. Each year, the Chamber Coalition puts forward a legislative agenda and lobbies our state representatives and senators on legislation important to the business community. In addition, the coalition annually sponsors a legislative reception at the State House. Several EG Chamber members are involved in the coalition and work with Jennifer and business leaders from throughout the state. The Chamber is also the voice of the business community on town matters as well. The EG Chamber staff, Steve, Bev, Glenn, and Lisa, are privileged to work with such a committed, enthusiastic, and energetic membership. It is a pleasure for the staff to represent the East Greenwich Chamber of Commerce. The board of directors that will be sworn in tonight looks forward to the challenge of continuing to move the East Greenwich Chamber forward, as well as to keep East Greenwich's business community strong and thriving. We wish to thank our annual sponsors, who are so important to the Chamber's vitality: Bank Rhode Island, Coastway Community Bank, Cox Communications, Independence Bank, New England Institute of Technology, Partridge, Snow and Hahn, and the Savory Grape.